Welcome to Rewatch and Rank. On this channel, we rewatch older TV shows, provide a summary and opinion on the episode before ranking each episode against each other. And today's episode is One Punch Man Ova, episode 9, Going Fishing with Middle-Aged Men. And the episode, in a nutshell, is just a brief summary of what happened. So, basically, Bang and Atomic Samurai, after defeating the aliens, decide that they're going to take some time to go fishing. However, as they're fishing, they keep giving out killing intent, which ends up scaring all of the fish away, and their conversation eventually comes around to the young heroes that are out there today and how, you know, they kind of blame the Hero Association because with rankings, points, rewards, it's just that a lot of the newer generation have lost sight of what it meant to be heroes. And as they're having this conversation about what makes a hero and some of their qualms about the current generation of heroes, Chain and Toad and Mumin Rider start to face the giant salamander, who is a monster that they had followed all the way to the lake, who has now gone into the water. And they, of course, fight while this conversation is happening, and Bang and Atomic Samurai just kind of sit there watching the fight. Meanwhile, Chain and Toad and Mumin Rider don't realize these are two S-class heroes and think that they're just two old men fishing, and so they try really hard to defeat the giant salamander so that he doesn't hurt either of the other two, these poor innocent fishermen. And unfortunately, Chain and Toad gets eaten, and Mumin Rider does do his best, but ultimately can't face a water-based monster in the water. And so in the end, Bang fishes up the salamander while Atomic Samurai cuts him into pieces. And Mumin Rider and Chain and Toad then leave, and they resume fishing like nothing happened, though regrettably, they do point out that they have been out there for like a week and they've caught nothing because they're just really bad at fishing. Though, it should be noted that in the last little bit of their conversation, Atomic Samurai wonders if there's any heroes out there who, can live up to being a hero, and Bang says there already is one, and that, Atomic Samurai's already met him, and Atomic Samurai's like, really? Wow, do you think he's gonna get up to our level? And then Bang's like, you know what, he probably has already surpassed me, you'll just have to wait and see. And this, of course, is in reference to Saitama. So now it's time to rank the episode, and we will rank on our two ranking lists, the mostly objective ranking list, which uses set values, followed by the personal ranking list. So, not much applied to this episode from our mostly objective rank values. In fact, really it was just the single episode supporting character introduction, which was the giant salamander. That applied to the episode. We didn't really see anything new from Chain and Totem Human Rider. And then Bang and Atomic Samurai, similarly, nothing really new from them, and we've met them before, so there wasn't really anything to point out. They were just giving their opinions on the new generation of heroes, which unfortunately there is no spot for that on our mostly objective list, so this is a 1 point out of 10 episode. And that now brings our mostly objective ranking to, in first, Road to Hero, the number, no, not number, the murder case that is too impossible, the sisters who have too many things happening, the ninja who is too complicated, Saitama and the mediocre ability users, Bang who is too overbearing, a shadow that snuck up too close, the pupil who is an extremely poor talker, and then this episode is in ninth, Going Fishing with Middle-Aged Men. So personally, I didn't mind this episode, but there was nothing real, I enjoyed the juxtaposition of Bang and Atomic Samurai just kind of chilling on the lake, fishing, while meanwhile Chain and Totem Human Rider are having the battle of their lives against this giant salamander to the side, and Bang and Atomic Samurai just sitting there giving out some commentary, super calm. That juxtaposition was really fun to watch, but there A, wasn't really anything that made me laugh. There was no comedy to it. And B, while there was a little bit of action, it was also two lesser known heroes that really weren't doing that great of a job because they weren't overly strong, unfortunately. Like Mumen Rider, he's got all like the mental side of being a hero down, the sense of justice, the willingness, put your life on the line, the selflessness that it requires, but he's not very strong. So overall, I enjoyed it, but honestly, there wasn't much to the episode. And once again, we didn't get our main character, and that's what season two pissed me off. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say pissed me off. I don't get angry, I get sad. I am sad that they have not given us our main character. The whole reason I was so generous with the last OVA was because finally Saitama was there again, and now he's gone again, and oh, it's frustrating. Frustrating, that's better. That's, I think, the best word to describe the emotion is frustrated. And because of that, while I did enjoy the juxtaposition, like I said, there was no comedy. The action, while it was there, was pretty weak. And most of it was about kind of the commentary and conversation, which was nice to listen to, but also not really worth a lot of points, in my opinion. And so that's why I decided to give it a 2 out of 10. I didn't think it was like a 1, but honestly, it wasn't awesome. So that brings my personal ranking to a shadow that snuck up too close in first, Saitama and the mediocre ability users, Road to Hero, the murder case that is too impossible, the sisters who have too many things happening, the pupil who is an extremely poor talker, Bang who is too overbearing, the ninja who is too complicated, and then this episode in ninth, going fishing with middle-aged men. And that now brings our series rankings so far on our mostly objective ranking to Season 1 at 88.33%, Season 2 at 74.17%, and the OVAs so far at 35 out of 130. Meanwhile, on the personal rankings, we had Season 1 with 76.67%, Season 2 with 65.83%, and then the OVAs at 42 out of 130. So with that, we've now rewatched and ranked One Punch Man Ova Episode 9, Going Fishing with Middle-Aged Men. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next episode.